on into the room, the coachable, teachable, trainable, and post your city and state where you're catching this information from. And today, my name is BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and today is Watch Me Work Wednesday. We are discussing GHL tagging and strategy. So currently, if you are an emerging speaker and you have a CRM, that's your content retention management system, and it is full of contacts, right, that you barely follow up with, and you haven't been able to differentiate which ones are hot prospects, which ones you need to follow up with, which ones are actually positive opportunities, then today's training is the day for you. Today's tutorial information is the tutorial for you. Today's content is the content for you. So I am going to hop over into the office in just a few moments, and I am going to walk you through the strategy, but I wanted to make sure that you first understand the reason for this option, this availability, this segment, this part of this strategy called tagging, and why it is so crucially important. So before we jump into that, let me verify again one other thing that I wanted to make sure that I cover, and that literally is going to be our speaking points for today. So our speaking points for today are going to be the tagging strategy and the contact type. So we're going to discuss why this is so crucially important and why you should have this information. So currently, you probably have been on this journey with us for the first 6 days. Today is day 7. We are in tutorial 7 of 35. And this is the actual system and the strategy that I'm utilizing for emerging speakers. And so today we're actually going to cover this tagging system and why it's so important. And I'll hop on the computer in just a moment, but I wanted to take the opportunity to make sure you understood why we're doing this and why it's so important and what an actual strategy is and why we need a strategy of this magnitude too. So I want to check a couple of other areas to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, I'm on the wrong one. And that's why I'm like, that doesn't quite make sense. Yeah, the tagging strategy and why you need it for your system, exactly what it means and how you can utilize these tags, the contact types, the engagement and the opportunity types and tags that you use, the industry and geographic tags that you're going to use, as well as the performance and source tags that you're going to use. So if you currently have a CRM that's full of contacts and you don't know how to differentiate one area from another, one prospect from another, whether or not this particular person that you have taken up space in your contact list is worth it, if they are a valuable contact, then today is the day that you want to watch this information. All right, but before we jump into that, matter of fact, let me go ahead and hop into the office. You guys catch this little quick intro that I have available for you, and then we're going to hop into this information actually over there from the actual office.
Hey y'all, hey, BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton here, speaking directly to my 50 plus professionals with an incredible area of expertise, yet you're still struggling to attract premium clients who actually value your experience. Guess what? You're in the right place, because here at the age of 53, I've made a strategic decision to focus my 2 decades of value exclusively on helping experienced professionals like us transform our expertise into personal, profitable brands. Here's what's different about this approach. I don't treat you like a beginner. We leverage together your decades of experience as competitive advantages, not obstacles. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I provide content on YouTube specifically designed for 50-plus professionals transitioning into no gatekeeping entrepreneurship. You'll get behind-the-scenes access to my methodology, real client case studies, and practical strategies that you can implement right now. But here's where it gets even gooder, as I say. You're not just watching from the sidelines. I'm building a foundational community exclusively for the stuck and struggling, and as a founding active member, you'll get direct access to me, my framework, and we build your profitable brand together. Plus, through our strategic partnerships, founding members get access to daily support meetings at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. This gives you consistent professional guidance, a proven 4-hour workday strategy expert, and network opportunities right within our community. If you need more personalized guidance, I regularly bring founding members live into Zoom or StreamYard as guests for real-time Q&A, strategy sessions, and collaborative problem solving. It's like having a personal brand strategist at the ready. But for my serious 50 plus professionals who are ready for an intensive transformation, our VIP days will provide complete brand development and delivery in a single intensive session. Your expertise deserves premium positioning. Your experience is your competitive advantage. So, yes, join the founding community, engage in our live sessions, and let's build the profitable personal brand that you deserve. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in our founding community. Yes, and yes.
Alrighty. So as I said, let's jump over here into the office setting so I can give you guys this good. But before we actually jump into that and how to create tags and all of that, you need to understand that there is a systematic contact organization that is essential for the speaking business. And what I mean by a systematic contact organization is you don't want to have random contacts just sitting in your system, sitting on your contact list, taking up your energy, absorbing that good, valuable space that could be for someone who is effective with communication and not wasting your marketing efforts. All right. So, strategic tagging will allow you to segment your contacts for targeted communication. Instead of sending the same message to everyone, you can actually customize your approach based on the relationship status, based on the engagement type, right? Based on the potential business. And you want to make sure that you take the opportunity to do that, right? But before you do that, then understand there are 5 essential questions that you need to ensure that you are asking, okay? When you do this, your system will be set ablaze. So, what are those 5 strategic questions? These critical questions are: who are my hottest prospects? Who is the hottest person I have in my contact list, right? Which contacts refer to the most opportunities? You won't know that unless you have this system set up. What industries generate the most bookings? Is it the segment that you have that's set up just for teachers? Is it the segment that you have that's set up for executives? Which one of these industries generate the most bookings, right? Which geographic regions should I focus on? So you could be in the Eastern region, but the Western region is popping. And so you need to know that based on how you track and how you tag, right? And then, like I just mentioned, tracking. How do you track the effectiveness of different relationship building activities? So you could be texting with one, you could be emailing with another one, you could be utilizing forms with a third, but that texting is set ablaze. Guys, remember, successful speakers treat contacts and their organization as seriously as presentation development, impact delivery, speaking from the end stages, and being able to what impact an audience. Okay, your tags should create a system that makes your CRM work for you, not against you. Okay, think about that. If you don't have your system set up to work for you, you are literally, I hate to say it, wasting time. Okay. And so, what I want you to understand is if I'm available to show exactly how to create your contact types, right? That can get your system organized, right? And you can set it up by the function according to your speaking business. Then wouldn't you agree that this content is worth your time? I pray your answer is yes. And if it's not, I pray it's yes. Yes or yes. Okay. So what I want to do is actually bring up the checklist, right? So that you guys can see how this becomes effective for your business. Okay. So let's talk about what I have here on the screen. This is the complete guide that you get to actually organize your contact information, right? We have some pre-set up requirements that you need to have in place. You need to, number one, make sure you have a Go High Level account. And currently, if you do not have a Go High Level account, your girl has got you. I'm going to go ahead and pop up on the screen the Go High Level link, ghl.martinabrityelverton.com. You can go and get access to that link, get inside of your own GHL account. I hate to say it, go back to day 1, tutorial 1 that talked about funnels. Tutorial 2, discuss websites. Tutorial 3, discuss the CRM. 4 was the emails. 5 was the SMS. 6 was the custom fields. And today we are talking about here in number 8. And I know somewhere in there, I believe I skipped one. Go back and figure out which one I skipped. Please have your account ready, available, right? And with CRM access so that you can actually begin to tag for permissions, right? You don't want to set tags in there and then you can't access your tags. So you have to make sure that you not only have access in your CRM, you have access for the permissions to be able to tag, okay? Ensure that you can actually have your database imported or already loaded into your CRM so that you can create basic organization for that, meaning you want to have their name, their first name, their last name, their mobile number, right, and their email. That's the basic information that you have in some organized fashion. Now, I would love to be able to pull up the screen and show you this information. However, you guys know that's sensitive information, so I can't pull that up on the screen. But trust and believe you need to have at least that very basic information. If you want to know more about that basic information, then you need to refer back to the very first and second day where first day where I discuss funnels and the information that you're pulling from them. And then also when I moved a little bit further down into it and I began to discuss, let's see, the CRM on day 3, right? Workflows was day 4. That's what threw me off before day 5 on email and day 6 on SMS. Workflows, CRM, and funnels are crucially important. Do not miss tutorial 1, tutorial 3, and tutorial 4. Okay, that will help you understand what I'm meaning about having this information in an organized fashion, right? And then understanding some of your typical types. Now, if you have no idea what I'm meaning by that, understanding your typical prospect types. We're going to talk about that and where those referrals came from, right? A list of the industries that you serve and the geographic regions that you target, right? And a clear definition of your engagement levels and opportunity stages. If you have no, again, earthly idea what I'm talking about, go back, go forward, find the video that talks about that so you will understand why this is important as you set up your contact types, your engagement levels, and more, okay? And so what I'm meaning and how would you find that information out? Well, let's look at the actual speaker funnel that we have created, right? And going down through this funnel, this gives some basic information about myself, BrandMaster, the speaker, the system development specialist, right? And when you go through reading the short bio that I have available here, because this is what EPs are looking for, and you move further down into this form information, you're going to get their name, you're going to get their mobile number, you're going to get their email, right? You're going to actually find out what the event they're needing you for, right? What are the dates? How many are the expected? All of this information here, but here's where you're going to get the demographics. So you saw me talk about here, what exactly, a little bit further up here, what exactly are the industries or demographics that you serve? So let's change that to industry stats, demographics that you serve, right? This is what we're looking for. How did we get that? You already know whether or not you're able to speak and you're able to impact business professionals, speakers just like you, helping them to get better, maybe corporate executives, software developers, healthcare workers, educators, teachers, coaches. Again, you know who you serve. That is your industry or your demographic, right? And if you need, or if you want to be more than just a local speaker, then when you're actually getting further down into the conversation that you're having with the EP, then you will be able to determine, even by going to the website that they are marketing their event on, you will be able to determine what geographic location they're in. Is this event being hosted in person elsewhere? Is this speaking event or event being hosted virtually? You will be able to make that determination so that you can complete the geographic region that you are targeting. Okay. Now, once you do that, you will, be able to move further into your strategy. Okay. Without that information, it makes it a bit difficult. Okay. Just being honest, right? So when you begin to move further down into setting up your contact types, let me show you how exactly to create, a contact type and tag it so that you're organized and so that you're able to organize your relationships by their function in your speaking business. I promise you these foundational tags determine your communication strategy and follow-up approach for each contact. So when you're thinking about that, you want to make sure that you set up these tags: hot prospects, current clients, past clients, event planners, referral sources, fellow speakers, audience members, networking contacts, and more and more and more, right? You want to make sure that you set up the ones that are toward your goal, right? When you do this, then you're able to tag the people once they begin to fall into your system, or the ones that are already in your system. Let me see if I can show you one area that I mean. Let's see if I can get a side image up here to pop up in the right place. Boom. And let's go in here and let's see if I'm available to do this without showing contact information. And I may not be able to do it, but I'm sure going to try for you. So what I'm going to see if this will allow me to do is I am going to flip my list. I think I just found a reason to have this old crazy list in reverse. Here we go. So I'm going to utilize this list where these are a bunch of random numbers that happen to call in, and I'll probably go back and make sure this is blurred out or edited out. But we're going to look at this as an example so that you can understand what this column over here in these tags could mean. So if you're inside of your blank system, which we all have a blank system, I don't believe it would benefit me to flip over because then I won't have any contacts. Let me see if this is available in the demo. Let's see. I'm going to flip over to the demo account. There we go. And we may be able to pull in here in the demo account this column, and let me refresh and pull this back onto the screen and see if this could be helpful. Maybe, maybe not. So essentially, when you first start out, you're going to have a blank account, right? Because you have not yet imported any of your contacts into your account, which actually works in your favor, and it can potentially be a good thing. So you're going to come into a place where there's nothing here. And so when you see this information where we're talking about some of the basic, the information that you want to ensure that you bring in, the basic information that you want to ensure that you bring in is their first name, their last name, their email address, a phone number, preferably a mobile number, because of course you can't text a landline, and most home phone numbers you cannot text. So let's go ahead and select mobile. Their contact information as far as that is concerned. Now, there are other things that you can add in, and you can add, additional emails and additional phone numbers, but this is the very basic information. Where else could you get that geographic information from? Possibly from their time zone. So there are different ways you can get this information populated in if you happen to have it. So you key in this information and you save it. So let's do that. Let's go demo last name, and let's utilize the clients at Family First Designs email, and let's utilize the business phone number. All right, and we know this is Eastern Standard Time, and it's always annoying for me to have to go flailing through this to try to find it, but that's Europe. Wish they could come up with a better way for us to find this quickly. Eastern and save. So once you save that information, it's going to populate here into all of your contacts where you can add more general information about the business, the company, additional information, logos, tags, and I mean, all of that, right? So if you were tagging, this could be one of the places that you choose to put that information in, whether it's a book, free member, interested, lead, newsletter. These are some of the tags that are already available to you. Some accounts come pre-populated because they may pick up some cache data. Some may be blank, okay? Let's go back out here so you can see what this now looks like across the screen. Their name, their phone number, their email, when it was created, the last activity, and of course a tag. So every new individual currently, the way my system sets up, you get access to the newsletter or you get access to the blog for the business, right? That is the first tag that is on my system to ensure that some of my automations that are set up fire off. Thank you for joining me. Glad you got the information. An email, an SMS, or something can be generated from a tag, okay? This is the way you organize. This is the way you fire off some of your workflows. If you don't have any earthly idea what I'm talking about, like I said, go back today. I believe it was 4 where we discuss workflows so you can understand the importance of those. Moving right along, however, okay? You want to be able to ensure that you are utilizing these tags to have your business work for you, not against you. All right. And you want to ensure that you are setting up contact types. So when creating tags, you want to be able to use your checklist to copy and paste. So say I'm setting up tags and I want to create some additional tags. And this is the little tag. You can actually add tags here or you can create them. So if I'm looking to add a tag to this particular contact, probably need to create a few. So for this one, we're going to say the tag that we're adding, we're going to say adding tag. What is the tag? We just copied it and we are now going to paste it. Hot prospects. It's not there, so we actually have to add it. + add. It's now added. While we have this box open, why not copy and paste the other? So if we're going in here and we're looking at our list is saying current clients. That is a tag we can add. Now, right now, we're just utilizing the space to add more. However, we're doing them all on this one. This is a really backwards way to do it, but this is one way that you can get it done pretty quickly, okay? And you can actually populate these tags because you're adding them. Now, you're not going to add them all here at one time to this particular client, but I'm saying if you were trying to do this quickly on the fly, get them in here like I'm showing you. I'm just showing you a way to create a tag. And you see how I'm just populating them in here and I'm adding them, right? I'm just doing that to get them loaded in for now. I'm going to show you a different way momentarily, but let's just get them loaded in right now. And the reason that we're using these specifically, going to answer that one for you in just one hot sec. Just want to get them loaded in first. Second to the last one. And this is the final one for your primary relationship tags, okay? Got them all loaded in. But for this one, we know demo last name is an event planner. So let's go drop all the other ones out and make sure that we know demo last name was an event planner and add that tag. Once that tag is added, you're going to see it populate over here upon refreshing. So we're giving it a moment, the system a moment to catch up, and then we're going to refresh. So once we refresh, we will see the 2 tags that we have, which is this demo last name is an event planner. And we know that we have they're a new person and you want them to have immediate access to your newsletter or blog. Okay. So again, the reason that you're doing this is because you want to make sure that you have all of these in place. So say we're adding a new person and we're going to say demo. We're going to say sister demo last name, right? And we're going to, let's use a different one that we have, BrandMaster. at familyfirstdesigns.com. And it's probably going to tell me not to do duplicates. So let's go with the, what is that old Google number? What is that old Google number? 295, because you can't have duplicate contacts or the way that I have my system up. You can't. I think that's an old one. All right. And that one is also Eastern Standard Time Zone. Right. And we're going to save that one. Now, check this out. You also are available, as you saw before, to add your tags here. But notice all the other tags are in here, even though we didn't tag demo with all the other tags. We only tagged demo with event planner. It gave us a quick and easy and dirty way, a hijacked, a hustle way to get all these other tags located in here. Okay. And so demo sister happened to be what? They were an audience member. It automatically saves. The little save will pop up down here if it did not, but it automatically saves. So if we go back out to Sister Demo last name, we'll see event planner was demo. Sister Demo has not populated yet, but if you right click and refresh, you'll see Sister Demo is now an audience member and demo last name is the event planner. So say in the event that you're trying to determine who all of your hot prospects were, right? So that you can actively know that they are actively considering booking you. They are a hot prospect. If you wanted to know who all of those were or who all of your event planners were, you could quickly search event, and then you would have a list of only those. You would be able to check the box for the list of event planners, and you would be able to fire off maybe a nurturing sequence that says, don't forget me, keep me top of mind, or anything like that. Because again, your hot prospects are the contacts who are actively considering booking you for speaking engagements. And these contacts get your most intensive follow-up attention and a customized communication approach. Now, subsequently, your current contacts are your current clients, your past event. Every single one of these, literally, you want to use them for different relationship building opportunities. Okay. We're talking about current clients, confirmed upkeeping speaking engagement, past clients, previous speaking engagements, event planners. Like I say, they are your most important. They are your hots. Okay. Because they are professional event organizers and you want to stay top of mind. Again, each one of these areas has a different reason. Again, you want to make sure that you apply the primary relationship tag to every single contact. You do not want to have a contact in your CRM that is not tagged, because again, that's taking up space, right? And then only use one primary relationship per contact to make sure you keep them moving correctly through your pipeline. Update tags as relationships evolve and change, and review and update primary tags monthly, maybe by monthly, however you need to ensure the application of process is completed across all of your contacts. Okay. You want to do the same thing for your engagement level, right? So you want to make sure that you create these, your high, your medium, your low, your unresponsive, your other, or a new contact tag for any recently added contacts, right? And you want to be able to remove it after 30 days because they're not new, all right? You want to make sure that you create additional stages, and we'll get into stages at a later date for whether or not you sent them a proposal, whether or not you're mid negotiations with them, whether or not you're looking at a future opportunity because right now it didn't work out, whether or not you were able to create a request for them to refer you to others, right? Because you never know what those could eventually turn up as. And then also whether or not you need to have some follow-up needed tags in there, all right? Again, update the engagement tags based on your recent engagement and follow these guidelines in this checklist as well. All right. And then you heard me mention the industry or demographic as well as the geographic. You want to make sure that you create tags for each industry that you serve. So right now, I just plugged in the healthcare, the technology, the finance, the nonprofit, education / teaching, government / federal, professional services, manufacturing, like you heard me mention, even here in the page, your software developers, your hospitality workers, your corporate executives, whoever. Make sure you go ahead and put this on your list before it's time for you to start tagging, so that you can make sure your list is as detailed and targeted as possible, so that you can ensure you are making the right moves and the right levels of communication and engagement and relationship building throughout. And then again, create those tags, add whatever the association is, include a small business tag for smaller organizations if it's needed, or a government tag for public or larger. Add a nonprofit tag for charitable or mission-driven organizations. Pay attention and tag accordingly. Again, the same with your geographic. Now, this is your industry or organization type. These are your demographics. Your geographics is the locale, okay, or the local tag for within driving distance. Regional tag for contacts within a preferred travel area, okay. National for any of those that could require air travel, international for global opportunities. And again, make sure that you are adding specific city-state tags for major markets that you serve, okay? And you just heard me mention event types. So when you get further down into these event types, meaning what type of event was it? Was it a virtual event? Was it a conference, a workshop? Was it a networking event? Was it a corporate training? Because this, again, will help you understand who is booking you, how often or how deep of a connection you're needing to make. All right. And moving into performances and how you actually show up, create specific tags for each networking event that you attend, because this will allow you to segment your contacts based on what type of engagement environment you were able to meet that individual in. Okay. Whether or not it was a website inquiry, whether or not it was a social media, whether or not you were referred from a named event, whether or not it was a speaking engagement, or whether or not it was just straight cold outreach. Name them so that when it's time to move into the performance, right, that is to help you analyze what's working in your business and how to optimize your relationship building efforts, okay? Promise you, it's worth it to go through this on the front end and then to utilize it throughout your entire speaker business, because now you will be able to pay attention to those excellent, good, or poor, or maybe even unproven sources of contacts you have on your list. If you have an individual that may have come in cold, never responded to anything, doesn't seem to be referring you out for anything, literally doesn't show up on any of your social media platforms, does not support, does not refer, does not comment, like, or share, then I promise you, just remove them from your contact list, literally by tagging them, maybe unresponsive, poor contact, anything like that, that would allow you to say, this is an individual that maybe we need to follow up a year or two later, or maybe they need to be deleted altogether. But remove them from your contact list in any of these good tags and put them in a tag that says, not right now. Like no is not a never, it's maybe a not right now. All right. And so again, if you're misunderstanding how to actually create the tags, there are several ways, as I just showed you, but you can literally start with a primary relationship tag for all of your contacts. And then you can add an engagement level based on any of the recent interaction, and including the industry, that will be the demographic, and the geographic tags, where apply source tags to help you understand how you met that contact. And like I say, make sure you're reviewing everything, periodically. Okay. Again, this is truly, truly important so that you can understand what's working in your business. Your tagging system works best when you integrate it with your complete Go High Level system and manage systematically to maintain accuracy and usefulness over time. You will be able to easily determine what's working in your speaking business and what simply is not. Okay, so you guys have heard me mention a couple of times this amazing event that's actually coming up, right? It's called SpeakerCon 2025. It is a virtual conference this year with a hybrid experience, okay? And you've heard me mention that I'm actually working with a team of developers. I'm the lead developer with the support team that is putting all of the virtual experience together. And you might be wondering what this means for you as the 50 plus professional who's building a speaking business. Understand that I started as a 3-time speaker for Dr. Cheryl Wood's book collaborations. And then it parlayed into her virtual speaking events. I became a featured speaker at the 2021 SpeakerCon conference, Voices of Change 2024, and the Women Who Prosper Summit in 2024. And here we are now in 2025, and I'm the lead developer for her virtual experience, okay? That progression from participant to featured speaker to now a technology leader happened because I had the right business system, right? I had the correct amount of consistency. I remained top of mind for Dr. Cheryl. And that is why I'm teaching you all of this information so that you are available to raise your level, raise your impact, raise your influence, definitely get your business, get your assets in order, right? With your business, with your brand, and with your system, right? So this November, our groundbreaking virtual experience, it's only for serious speakers, right? And every attendee needs the same Go High Level, Canva, StreamYard, Zoom systems that supported my journey from, again, emerging speaker all the way up through an industry leader. And I am sharing this with you. So if you'd like to be my special guest, let's see if I can get that up on the screen. We've had that one scrolling long enough. You are available to register at speakercon2025.martinabrityelverton.com. And if you're serious about having these systems built professionally for you, right, on that same page when you go to register, you'll see that I'm accepting applications from the conference registrants only who want my agency to create their starter speaker business system. This same infrastructure that supported my progression from a participant to a featured speaker to a conference developer, I am giving that system to 3 slots. You'll be entered into the list. Only 3 slots will be available and parlayed off at that time. So check out the special application link that will be delivered after you go through registering and giving me your information, trusting with your good, and your best email address and mobile number, as well as registering for SpeakerCon via the Zoom link to come and watch the entire 5-day conference, right? Then you will be entered into a drawing to actually apply to become one of 3 that receive the entire business system built for them for free. Okay. So as we finalize this information on this Watch Me Work Wednesday, you need to go and download the speaker tagging strategy guideline that I have provided you here with all and everything that you need to set up your tags inside of your system. That information is available inside of our community to give you the structure, the implementation instructions, and the management guidelines so that you can take these tags and actually implement and integrate them with your custom fields, your workflows, your templates, your emails, your SMS, your websites, your funnels, and all of that sounds like, oh my goodness, then that's what you need to BrandMaster for. That's what you need to either go and figure it out yourself, work with us at the agency, or have the agency build everything for you. Okay. Next week, I'm actually going to be showing you GHL. Actually, not next week. I believe, let me check my master list here. Yeah, Friday. Okay, so actually on Friday, we will be discussing the build out of pipeline so that you can see how to track your speaking opportunity from the inquiry stage all the way through to the booking stage. And I have a few follow-up steps for you too. Okay. So make sure that you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. And if you're ready, like I say, to have this process done for you, then go ahead and go over to speakercon2025.martinabrityelverton.com. Go ahead and register for the conference that is coming up this November. I got some goodies that are going to come to you between now and then to get you best prepared. But go ahead and register for the conference so that you can be in attendance and have your seat ready and have your good gifts that come beforehand ready, right? I would be more than excited to have you join us. I'm looking forward to all the information that will be shared so that you can get your assets in order and so that you can impact, you can increase, and of course, so that you can influence. Thank you again for your time today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope to catch you on the next one. Be sure to go and subscribe.